I am so excited about this app that it took me way too long to get onto. I had been using Goodreads, but then I heard about Storygraph and I was like, I don't know when I'm ready to make the transition. Made the transition to Storygraph and have to tell you, this is amazing for any sort of teacher who wants to help find the books that your students are going to love. So I'm going to walk you through the app. I'm going to show you like what my page looks like, and I'm going to kind of voice over all of the ideas that I have for, either your ELA teachers or anyone who is thinking about using books in their class. Here we go. Storygraph. This app is amazing. I'm just going to kind of walk you through their website right now. But this is kind of their page of like what is possible. So it tracks all sorts of stuff. So I'm just imagining your students could get this report at the end of the year and see how many books they read, right, across all of the subjects or just for fun. And it'll tell you, like, these were the moods you read for. These are your ratings. It'll also ask in, like, any given moment. So you can have students literally create these accounts. And then if you do independent book selection, like, they can choose a book or tell you what book they want based on what the app tells them. So they might say, I'm in the mood for something that is, fast-paced and tense and action-oriented. You can also set it to flag things that you don't want to include. So things that might be triggering for students, you can have that pop up as like a warning for particular books. So if that's something that they want to avoid, that's kind of factored in. You can also say, so here, let me show you. These are like the filtering. I'm so excited. Filtering options. So it might be that you are in the mood for something funny. And so you just select from this drop down. So students don't have to input everything, although there are some places where you get like this inventory when you first log in that asks you the types of books you love. And when people leave reviews, they can like tag things like female lead or something like that, where you can definitely have the qualitative input that students can put in. But there's so much, like that part's optional. There's so much that's just a drop down or a click. So like slow, medium, fast paced, fiction or nonfiction, what genres. And so I love that this is an option. You also could do something with your class where they are commenting or reacting to specific parts of the books without spoilers. So you can host kind of this connected space in the app where students might be reading the same book as part of a lit circle or even a whole class book, right? And kind of, talking about it in that space. They can rate, I love this feature, with half and quarter stars. Students could just independently join specific rating challenges. There is so much. You can record like stuff. So if they wanted to set up a private journal, but they're not really good with hanging onto their paper, right? There's stuff like that. They could join existing book clubs. So if you have one student who's independently reading a book that no one else in your class or grade is, you can connect them with someone else who's reading. And then at the end of the year, I just want to show you what this printout looks like. So I'm just sharing mine. But like it'll say, here are the books you read. Here are the number of pages you read. And I'm not sure about the hour part. I don't know if I've been tracking that right. It'll tell you your first and last book of the year. It'll tell you like the mood, like darker books was my trend this year and got a little light at the end. But there's like all this different data of like, you could track audiobooks separate from books on the page, what genres you most love. So I love the idea of students inventorying this, right, throughout their academic careers. And then the teacher who gets them the next year can go in and be like, oh, interesting. So these are even if students can't name it themselves, right? Like Lindsay loves fantasy and mystery. Wow, that's so cool. It'll tell you like your longest book, your shortest book, how quickly you read, like what was the book you read quick enough. Your favorite authors, your average rating. It'll give you like this beautiful, like, here are some of the book covers. I just absolutely love it so much. So obviously I have a lot of thoughts and I am very jazzed about the possibility of using this with students. And just even if you don't use it one year, if students are just independently using it, like they get connected with the app early on. I mean, I'm very like high school minded because that's where my background mostly lies. But think of how cool it would be for students to actually find books they love, get excited about reading, and then give that data to their teachers this year, next year, whenever, and just foster this lifelong learning, like amazing journey. So cool. All right, if you use this in your educational spaces, please let me know how it goes. I cannot wait to hear.